Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide was a Nickelodeon sitcom that gained traction in the mid-2000s. The show chronicles the wacky adventures of Ned Bigby and his best pals, Cookie and Mose, at James K. Polk Middle School. As every kid Ned shatters the fourth wall, he shares tips and tricks on middle school and junior high hurdles. Now this show was very popular because of its characters and their relatability. However, today, we're going to be focusing on one character in particular, Seth Powers. Seth Powers on paper is the typical basketball jock. However, after further research into the character, we found out that Seth Powers, who plays himself, is still out there. I feel like there's more to the character than meets the eye, and I wanted to interview him, so that's what I did. So I guess to address the elephant in the room, why do you always spin that basketball on your finger? It seems you're doing it at all times. Is it a psychological thing, or did it stem from a high school habit that can't be easily broken?
So I always spin the basketball because I never learned how to stop. I had to learn for the show, and I don't know how to quit it. It's actually really difficult sometimes because doing everyday activities with one hand that's not your dominant hand is actually really difficult. It's just what I do. It's just something that's ingrained in me, and I don't know how to stop. I quite literally can't.
Awesome. So how was your life affected by the worldwide attention that the show had? Did you put on a facade?
So obviously any childhood star is, it's not good for the psyche, it's damaging mentally for everyone. And I'm just happy I made it out without any, permanent damage. As for the facade, no, I was purely myself in that show. And I still am that person today. It's just, I love that show, and I love who I am, and I'm glad I've made it this far.
Did your basketball career ever kick off? Or how was it hindered?
For basketball, I was a high school stud. I was a star. However, I never made it to the big leagues. I never even made it in college, but the passion is still there. I love basketball, and that's just how it is.
Do you still talk to your former high school friends? You did a whole show with them.
I don't really talk to them that much anymore. I wish I did. Man, they were really cool to hang out with too. I just remember all those days that we used to spend, just doing the craziest things. And, it was a blast. Those years were my fondest, and I'm gonna miss them.
And my last question for you, Seth, is what's next for you in your life?
You know what? I don't know. And isn't that just the beauty of life? Not really knowing your next step? It's so fun not knowing what's next for you in your life and just going with the flow. That's what it's all about. And I want to turn basketball into my career, but it's hard, man. No one really picks up a 32-year-old to play in the NBA anymore. It's not how it works. And I still got it too. I could go out there, I could potentially be every single one of those players in 1v1. But that's besides the point. My life is just, who knows, Who knows what's happening next?
And just like that, I got up and I left. I want to thank Seth Powers for letting me into his home and really engaging in an insightful conversation with him, because he really opened the door into his character and what it really meant for him as a person outside of the show. And at the end of the day, he's still Seth Powers. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something.